Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man that doesn't spend time with his family can never be a good man.
Take my latest run-in with Batsy. It was just last night, as the entire country was tuning into its favorite talk show.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. And here we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your TV sets, for it's me, Eric The Joka. We are live as live can be on a summer kickoff party right here in the backdrop of Dallas, Texas. Do me the biggest favor in the world. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified. You know the deal. Telegraph, Telegram, Baby Mama, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express, and what can Brown do for you? As the title says, Paradise in Hardcore. However, before we get started, we gotta pay the bills. OTTR, OTTR Mob, the promo code, 10% off W Energy. Check out all the flavors and everything else. You'll be glad you did. 15% off with the promo code DreamAlive University for that summer gym gear. Them hoodies, them sweatshirts, they're so smooth. And don't forget our friends at Okaze Clothing with 15% off. You'll be glad you did later for it, baby. Looking so fly. And of course, check out our good friends at Habits 365. They got some great gear and swag, and trust me, you'll thank me for it later. And I've been telling you, get to Cafe Collazo, 10% off. That French press auto, so good in the morning. And of course, our other good energy drink friends at Swift Energy, 10% off. Trust me, you'll be glad you loved it. And you did. But now that the bills are paid, don't forget, check out the merch store. That's bonfire.com/The Wrestling Asylum. We got the first edition with yours truly. Hoodies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, baseball caps, you name it. And of course, today, as I said, we are live as live can be, baby. Right here in Dallas, Texas. At a beautiful, big-ass, summer-like cookout crew. Now,
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
Now, before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to go over what's going to be on the agenda today in the second half of the program. Now, as we all know, and we're going to kick it off here in a minute to talk about it, we recently lost the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu over this past weekend. So in the Wrestler's Life Chamber, which hasn't been for a few weeks, I'm going to honor that very icon. And then Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del, my asshole reeks, and I like to have it tossed. Just because Mr. J is getting some sun does not mean your angel of death isn't waiting. It's the chair for you this week, Alberto El Patron. For your crimes against Soraya, Stephanie Vakir, among others, and your shit-ass career. I got you right where I want you, you son of a bitch. But now, let us kick things off and open the door.
Wanna have some fun before the main event?
And what better way than a quick 10-bell salute for the late, homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. A moment of silence, if you will, before we get to the topic of that discussion as well. So, for those of you who may or may not know, excuse us 1 second, folks.
Warning. The following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion.
And we're back. We had a little bit of a technical problem, so we had to handle. Now, where were? Oh yes. So I want to play a quick salute to the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu, the hardcore icon. And now, as many of you are all well aware, at age 60 this past week, Sabu, shortly after his recent match in GCW against one bad boy Joey Janela, has passed away. Now, there are rumors and speculation that Janela is saying that members of the locker room, including his own team, gave him something to help him get through the match. As you can see, it seems like Joey is defending that while GCW medical staff did not, in fact, in any way contribute to the death of Sabu, it does beg the question, was Sabu needing the drugs necessary? Or was it, as we all know, anything can happen in the wrestling ring? Did he go out the way he wanted to in the ring? Or did he pass away because of the drugs to help him get through the match? I leave that to you, my faithful inmates. Because the reality is this. Sabu was one of a kind. The greatest rival he ever faced and had, and we're going to talk about it later in the program, was none other than the one and only human suplex machine, Taz. So, Sabu, rest in peace. An icon, a franchise, and one of the greatest guys who did not ever have to cut a promo to get over. They say in professional wrestling, you got to know how to work the mic. Sabu can prove, motherfucker, please. So I ask this question to you, my faithful viewers. Do you think Sabu was already having health issues? Or was whatever his medical team and staff gave him to help him get through the match against Joey Janela the reason for Sabu's downfall? I leave that to you. But you know, other than that, we do have another piece of big news. And I think you fans might like this one. You see, as a fan of TNA wrestling, I also happen to hear that a former knockout has finally struck in gold. And it's long over fucking due. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the quintessential diva has struck gold. Giselle Shaw is now the inaugural Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Women's Canadian Champion. Over this last weekend at Northern Rising, she would face in the finals of a tournament none other than Smiley Kylie Ray to be crowned champion. Now, to me, Giselle Shaw should have been Knockouts champion once, maybe twice, during her tenure in TNA wrestling. However, we all know that is not the case. and we also know who she's with. But Giselle Shaw, to me, has been long overdue from her matches with the likes of Victoria, Ice Frost, the Ultimate X. And yes, you're hearing Raining Men in the background. We are having a party up in here. So there you go, baby. But guess what? Her best match, I think, to date was with none other than Trinity, a.k.a. Naomi, on an episode of Impact. And one of the best things is, last week, May 10th, I will tell you, Kylie Ray took Giselle to the limit, but in the end, the quintessential diva picked up the 3 and is your new MLPW, first ever women's Canadian champion, who has deserved it, earned it, and has been way long overdue for it. So I want to know in the chats, what do you think of Miss Shaw shocking the world and finally obtaining gold in a big promotion? I agree with you, Christy. No doubt about it. She earned that shit all damn night. And you will never hear me complain because I have been a fan of hers for a very long time. One of the unique things about Giselle that I find most interesting was that even though she never got to hold Impact Gold, she continued to show out, improve, and her ability to be a heel is second to none. There's no denying of that. I do believe in my heart of hearts that Giselle Shaw, thank you, bud, was one of the greatest women in the knockouts division of the last 5 to 6 years. I'll eat a lot of shit for that, but here's the reality, and it is this. To me, Giselle Shaw is going to bring a level to the women's division of MLPW, the likes of which fans have not seen. And if you didn't see it, go check out on Thriller, formerly Fight TV, the replay, or you can go to YouTube. Make sure you like, share, subscribe in this bitch. And guess what else we can do? You can watch the whole fucking replay live on YouTube for free.
Love it.
And guess what? That ain't even the half of it. Their next show will be in July, and I guarantee you this, by that point, we will find out who her first title defense will be. Will Kylie Ray get another crack at the quintessential diva for the gold? That remains to be seen. But I also want to say this, shout out to the walking weapon, Jason Alexander, as well. He is the inaugural men's world champion in MLPW. I'm intrigued to see what Giselle has cooking most of all. I want to know, what do you all think in the chat? Do you think Giselle was the right champion, regardless of her connection to one Scott D'Amore? Wink, wink. Okay. Or, like I said, she's earned it. Giselle, regardless of everything. Hey, I do not disagree on that one, boss. Because I'll tell you what, reminds us of a certain game. You get what I'm saying, folks? I mean, after all, she was maybe diddling Scott D'Amore. Jiggling the balls. Blah, 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 blah. So, like I said, overall, bravo. Did she earn it, in my opinion? I think so. But, as we all know, sometimes I don't either. I've actually been wanting to ask that question. I was hoping somebody would say something about that too. I think what happened with Sabu was he went out, he killed it, but I think his medical team gave him something that finally his body was like, can't do it. And I also think, and it's just my opinion, As Mr. J realizes, oh shit, his hair went green again. This is what happens when you're getting ready for the summer. All right? To me personally. Oh, absolutely. 60 and went through and put his body through hell. The amount of shit he did to his body. Biggest example. I know I'm going to get shit for saying this motherfucker's name. I don't really give a fuck. How many of you ever wonder how Chris Benoit got the nickname the Crippler? Well, I'm going to tell you. It was during a match in ECW when Chris hit a suplex, and the way Sabu landed, a little something like this.
What?
Sabu. That's right. Sabu, in fact, broke his neck off of a suplex by young Chris Benoit, which would lead to the eventual nickname known as the Crippler.
That has a nice ring to it.
Write that down, will you?
Yes, it does. But folks, I am telling you now, do not ever forget the memories that, hey, Sabu gave us, because he gave us the greatest rivalry of them all. The homicidal, suicidal, genocidal against the human suplex machine. Hey, Courtney, he gave us a legacy, which we will dive into after the break. But right now, to wrap everything up for the first half of the program, Giselle Shaw, congratulations. You've earned it. You earned it in TNA. Good Lord. Here comes the shit disturbing with the weather in the background. But what are you going to do, baby? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Weather wants to be a shit disturber. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for tuning in as always, because right now, I'm recommending you get your libations. You get your beer, your weed, your Henny, your Crown, your Gentleman Jack, your whatever. You get yourself some snacks, get yourself some ribs, some dogs, some burgers. It's summertime. Mr. J is out and about, and the weather's starting to get a little crappy, but that's okay, because guess what? It's only gloomy. It ain't dull. But after the break, make no mistake, we honor the career of Sabu. And then the main event, Alberto El Patron. Ese vato. You wandered into my home. And that has severe, nasty consequences. Are you prepared to pay for your sins, boy? I think it's going to be rather shocking. So, make sure you stick around for the second half's festivities. It's going to be, well, entertaining. See you after the break, kiddo.
Got nothing left to lose. Nothing can hurt me anymore. My life is nothing but a comedy.
believe in, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
This is Hall of Famer Ron Simmons, a.k.a. Farouk, and you're listening to Off the Top Rope Podcast. And if you're not, damn.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Miss Layla Gray, and you are listening to Off the Top Rope Podcast. Y'all need to check out this interview. Check out my man, because he knows how to do his damn job. So, check it out. Stay tuned.
Hey, yo, this is your friendly neighborhood Red Dogs here. Eating pizza, no, not from Pizza Hut, not from, any other place, from Luigi's. That's the place that we going to. That's the place we eating at. See, the camera's not even on me no more. So, as your friendly neighborhood Red Dog and your favorite mercenary, I approve of set pizza.
Try to run his speed racing, brother got a kick spin till it land. He try to run his speed racing, brother got a kick to a double hand. Cause I kept clicking till I bitch jam. Try to run, click the boy's man. There's some chumps on them niggas plan. Cause he starts to spray waving like a fan. If you jam, click the boy's man. Cause he jam, click the boy's man. Cause he jam, click the boy's man. Running Ricky Brand. Running Ricky Brand.
My office, it's a 12x12 cage made out of wood, iron, and steel. Pump up with Sting on WCW Monday Nitro. Every Monday night at 8 on TNT. Just another day at the office.
You don't get too many complaints. Once in a, well, sometimes the guys say we're not showing enough of his highlights or his sport. And the time the wrestlers came in, they were a little miffed.
Where are my highlights? Yo, Miller, you know that wrestling's the #1 television sport in terms of demographics?
Oh, sure, I knew that. Everybody knows that, don't they?
It's those Greco-Roman wrestling guys. They're a bunch of sissies. You guys are great.
Of course it's real. I mean, if it's up to me, we're running these highlights every night on SportsCenter. Aesthetically, there's a problem with it. It's something that's technical.
Well, folks, I'm glad you're back for the second half of the program. Unfortunately, the weather has decided to interfere with us. So, unfortunately, yours truly had to do other means for this show. But, as they say, life goes on. So now, on with the show. So now, with the passing of the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu, I thought it was only fitting we honor the man's career. Sabu, this episode's for you, brother. We fans miss you, and we love you. So this is for you. Now, for those who do not know, Sabu is the nephew of the original Sheik. Sabu would begin his training in the 1980s to be a pro wrestler and follow in his uncle's footsteps. Now, while he would make brief stints in other promotions, one in particular, throughout his entire career, would be the one that he spent the most time with. That, my friends, is the land of extreme itself, ECW. From around the time ECW began till it closed its doors, Sabu would in fact tag with RVD and have at their side none other than Bill Alfonso as the mouthpiece. But it was one rivalry in particular that fans still talk about, and that's the one. Taz versus Sabu. For a year, these two did not lock up. Of course, Sabu made a brief appearance in AEW, was for a short time with WWE after that abysmal relaunch with ECW. But make no mistake, he might be gone, but he'll never be forgotten. Sabu was a man who did anything and everything to his body. I mean that literally. He put himself through barbed wire. That includes explosive barbed wire. He put himself through tables, glass, hell. I'll give you one better. He pissed off Taz so bad. That is what led to their year-long rivalry, where it built up to the first ever ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal, 1997, where Sabu and Taz would not only lock up, but would go on to have one of the greatest rivalries pro wrestling has ever known. And to the lead up, 12 months, the mind games, Sabu proved you did not always need to have the microphone to make a statement. Sabu, for a very long time, was one of the greatest to ever do it. My favorite memory of Sabu was when he beat Taz for the FTW belt. Because it was like, this was what Taz was using to get to be world champion. I don't think it was meant to be defended like that. But one thing's for sure, Sabu made it work. And if you ask any of Sabu's peers, yes, children, don't try this at home. Hint, hint. Sabu was of not just hardcore, but he also inspired guys to step their game up, like the whole fucking show, Mr. 420, Rob Van Dam, the franchise, Shane Douglas, Sandman, Dreamer. But if I remember correctly, wasn't there a certain funker that took Sabu to task? Yeah, Terry Funk. For me, Sabu was not just a hardcore legend. To me, Sabu was an icon. And not a traditional. Fans say, oh, icons get remembered for their mic skills. It's more than that. Sabu was a guy that didn't need pyro, the flashing lights, all that bullshit. If the lights went out and they come back on and he was standing in the ring behind you or standing face to face and hadn't touched you, you knew, oh shit!
Jesus Christ, how do you even let that happen?
This is one of those, Sabu was one of the most unique, I'll call it, alternative promo wrestlers, because he didn't need to say a thing. Yes, exactly. His character relied sorely on the aura. He took what his uncle had made for himself and upped the fucking ante. If you think for a minute I am joking, you'd be wrong. Sabu had an aura about him that is still talked about and beloved to this day. Sabu even inspired and taught wrestlers such as Adam Cole, Bebe, being one of them. Sabu was known for not being afraid to take risks, put his body through shit to the point where it made you sit there, scratch your head, and wonder, is he even breathing? It's more than that, KB. Sabu had that je ne sais quoi, that I don't know what, about him. And the reason he did was all because he didn't touch a fucking mic. When guys like the Texas Rattlesnake, guys like The Rock, like Rowdy Piper. Yep, I was rowdy before rowdy was cool. Yeah. My point to all of you is this. Sabu was a genius. Sabu and Terry Funk, and of course, this style of match was one of Sabu's staples. Exploding barbed wire. So believe me when I tell you all this. Sabu, not only was this episode dedicated to you, my friend. Give Mr. J a moment. He's a little verklempt. I'll give you a topic. Duran Duran was neither a Duran nor a Duran. Discuss. Give me a minute. Okay, now I'm better, like butter. My point to all of you was this. I was just thinking that myself. Okay? My point to all of you is this. Sabu, you are not forgotten. You might have only just left, but you inspired generations of pro wrestlers. You were loved by so many fans. If pro wrestling had a category for inducting you simply off a fucking aura, you wouldn't have one wing. It would be the whole fucking building. That being said, as I close the chamber, I say this to you all. Sabu, that one's for you, bro. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for inspiring so many wrestlers. You have no idea the whole legacy you left. Gone too young, but you will always be loved and you will never be forgotten. So, Sabu. Oh, and yes, you and RVD always kicked ass. But, folks, this is a first. We're whipping through this conversation a little bit. So, I guess it's only fitting there's only one thing left. But before we get to that.
Enough dilly-dally. To the main event.
Before we get into it, first and foremost, I want to take a minute and say thank you to everybody who tunes in every single week. But with that being said, Alberto Del Rio, your ass is mine.
The following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alberto El Patron. before I strap you. Alberto. Oh, psych, gotcha. It's the coach. I made you look. Coachman, Jonathan Coachman. I knew I would pull a prank on all of you sooner or later. Jonathan Coachman, you rat bastard son of a bitch. You bald-headed, circumcised, dick-licker-looking motherfucker. You ran your mouth about Big Booty Lift, Booty Judy Bailey not being relevant. Look at you, mister. I did commentary for how many fucking years. Got released, come back after you're doing golf, and then get released again, and you want to sit there and say, she's not relevant? Look at you, you hairless dick licker. I don't know what's worse. The fact that you look like a dick that didn't get the circumcision, or the fact that it's a perfect curved line with the foreskin missing. Coachman, you look like your face alone looks like somebody tried to use those little magnetic things as a kid and fucked up the goatee. Now, I got you all making you think I was going after Alberto Del Rio. Ha! That fucker already got it. This is the part where I tell you, in my asylum, anything can fucking happen, and I can turn you into my maze and make you look. So, I gotcha. That was planned. This wasn't. Jonathan Coachman, before I put you out of your misery, understand this. 1, you have the audacity to call a woman who helped get the woman's evolution to go into overdrive irrelevant, unneeded. You fucking cum dump. You sliverless, sniveling sardine. Oh, the good doctor. And folks, go back and watch the archives. Big Booty Bailey. Holla at your boy. Big but ho, hump with it, dung dung dung. Tuck a dung dung dung.
God save you.
Sorry, Harley, if you're watching this. But my point to you all is this. Number 1. Coach, you used to be the backstage guy. Then you got put on commentary. Then you became Eric Bischoff's bitch boy. Then you became Vince's bitch boy. You got thrown into a wall with your doughy white ass wearing a thong, getting sprayed DX on it. God, I'm still trying to burn that visual out of my motherfucking retinas. You doughy ass douche. Okay? The audacity that you have to run your mouth and sit there and say that Bailey's not relevant. Rotate on it, you fuck. You are the one who became irrelevant because you couldn't adapt. And you got pissed because you got released twice. And you bitched because, oh, Corey Graves took my spot. I was just getting to that, Christy. Damn. You sucked the tit of the Kansas City Chiefs and ESPN. This is you. Yeah, Buffalo sucks. Bailey sucks. Yeah, I love the taste of that fucking juicy ass nipple. 50 grand more. Yeah. You bastard. You rotten son of a bitch. How dare you run your fucking mouth? And you didn't even wander into my beloved home. I had to hear about it in social media and on the sports news. Sports fucking center!
What?
I had to hear it off a show you fucking did.
Yeesh, Pengers. How corny can you get?
Excuse me 1 second. Because we've fine-tuned this just for you, asshole. Jonathan Coachman, the bitch boy. Jonathan Coachman, the ESPN bitch boy. Jonathan Coachman, the WWE's bitch boy. You are as irrelevant as you are stupid. For your sins, you will be punished. I'm about to fire it up. Don't hit the switch yet. Just wait. Sorry, folks, this is the part where I gotta really turn up the volume, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Batman, how'd you get here?
Your angel of death awaits.
Before you flip it, okay, before we, put him out of his misery, I have one last thing I want to say. I warned you, all of you, long ago. There are certain things that you just don't do. You don't stab your brothers in the back. You don't piss in the wind. You don't piss and moan when it don't go your way. But you never, ever talk about Mr. J's big booty crush. Jonathan Coachman, for your sins, for your words, time to scream. Fry him to hell, boys, and leave me the barbecue sauce. I'm a little famished. Let's get to the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. Time to die.
Oh, I got a live one here. Oh, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Tasty. Sounds like happy. So Jonathan Coachman, don't ever run your mouth about Bailey again. You and I are going to have another come to Jesus, and it's going to be one where I really fry your fuckface ass into irrelevancy. You want to talk about the island of irrelevancy? I will make you so irrelevant, your mama going to have to use your dental records to figure out where they hid the body. Capiche? So with that being said, folks, I swerved you this week. I made you think I was going for Del Rio. I got you. Weren't expecting that now, were you? But folks, in closing.
Now that's a headline.
Definitely is. So make sure you tell all the viewers to tune in. Now, with that being said, that takes us to the end of the road for the week. So what does that mean? Have you been paying attention?
Ain't no mercy, got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, so she know that pussy worth it. Flooded Rolex at the Grammy Awards. They still selling dope, that's those Miami boys. Killers everywhere, it ain't no place to run. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, don't be begging for your life, cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body armor, suicide, boy.
I anticipate you are. So, next week is the season finale. And it's going to be a little different. There will probably be no electric chair, and I will tell you why. Next week, we have a lot to dig into. We have Double or Nothing, and we have Roadblock. NXT against AEW, 2 premium events, 2 pay-per-views. I'm going to be giving you the picks for both. And discussing who not only do I think win, but what direction it's going to go. So. And it's time for the big reveal. As you are all well aware, the Asylum is going to go through a massive upgrade during this summer. Fresh look, fresh vibe. But I will say this. I'm not going to say who it is, but an old friend from the past has been requested to join me from time to time. I'm not going to say when it's going to happen, but you're going to have to make sure you're tuning in next season when we come back around SummerSlam to find out. Now, to get us out of here, let's take it home, baby. Usually I'll tell you all, and I'm going to say it now. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified. Telegram, Baby Mama, Google+, your sister's ass, Pony Express. What can Brown do for you? FedEx and the Postal Service. Telegraph, Telegram, Baby Mama, Baby Drama, tell a wrestler, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, tell your other half, whatever. But I never say this enough. To my inmates, I love you. Thank you for always having my back and supporting me. To the former doctor of the Asylum, you always have a spot etched into the walls. Don't ever forget that. To the pod mob, I don't think you realize how much I love every one of you. I hope you know that. And I say that because as I look at the talent that we lose every year, it helps you appreciate the people around you. So, to everybody, I love you all. With that being said,
So serious. That's why your approval ratings are so low. Hey, tell you what, try threatening me again, but this time, try it with a smile.
Exactly. But with that being said, one last thing before I take us home. Shout out to Hardcore Sports. Y'all are going to find out very soon, if you haven't already. So for now, thank you for showing up. Thanks, boss. Thank you all every week. Don't forget to check out our brand ambassadors. Don't forget to get some fucking merch and show some love, damn it. We're going to be growing into a new empire. You better get strapped in. It's going to be a hell of a good ride. But for now, I think it's that time. Wait a minute. I get wrecked from time to time, and I'm 40 now, and I get accused of Alzheimer's. Before we retire today, wait a minute. How we all feeling?
Big Willie style's all in it. Very oozy with it. Very oozy with it. Very oozy. Very oozy with it.
So, folks, next week, the season finale. The topics will be double or nothing predictions, battleground predictions, teasing what's coming up. We might have a surprise or two in store for you. You're going to have to tune in to see. But for now, make sure you stay feeling oozy. The summer is upon us. And of course, if you are not down with that, I got just 2 words for you. Suck it. But for now, enjoy your night. It is time to retire. Feel free to drop in.
Well, it's time to retire. Feel free to drop in.
Yeet. Yeah.
Adieu. Au revoir. See you when the crowds roll home. Season finale next Saturday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central, because by 8 o'clock, we're going back in time one more time. It's Saturday night main event, bitch.
Fuck niggas, they gon' make me keep my distance. That sneak this shit gon' make me keep my distance. That fake shit gon' make me keep my distance. That fuck shit gon' make me keep my pistol.
So until then, good night.
My life is nothing but a comedy.